dominating victories in game number 1 and 2. But then FlyQuest come back with the assassins for Moon and High, some first blood kills, some early snowballing, and they absolutely rally to take this series.
I mean, High was so big in this game. You on an assassin doing the most damage in the game by far, really getting a lot of work done here. But you know, CLG had their chances. They were set up so well with the 1-3-1, with the side lane advantages. They overforced by Baron, and that cost them the game.
I mean, I don't often say that players with this much experience are subject to nerves, but at some point, the tension, the pressure, it does get to you, and it's hard to say if Darshan makes that play, just not thinking the same way he would normally do in a different situation, but FlyQuest are a team that say never die, and this game, somehow they held on, game after game after game. And now with smiles on their faces, they'll be moving on to the semifinals.
You have to feel like Darshan felt pressure to make something happen because he had this advantage for so long in the side lane, and while Balls could not fight him, Balls was holding, right? Like, he was not able to actually push and get anything from that, and it felt like he said, hey, this is the big play I can make. This is the game win in my eyes, and he went for the big play.
What a great series. I really enjoyed that one. Glad you were here with me, boys. Oh my goodness, an exciting way to end it out, you know, regardless of the little nitpicky things that we can go over. So many good setups there.
I mean, I think that series had everything we wanted. It has a high reverse sweep in there, combo picks for everyone in that final game. Like, it's just, I mean, I think we have to go all the way back. Afro said it's taxing to play against High. Pretty taxing to play that series. Like, again, CLG are a team with so much experience and time together, but at some point, it just breaks. Like, you can't play that well for that long. And games 1 and 2 look very different from 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's taxing to play against Afromoo. Did you see the first 2 games as well? Those ones look like, you know, completely other way. Such credit to the FlyQuest guys as far as morale, you know, and mental stability in a best of 5, you know, long series like that.
Yeah, the mental fortitude is insane to actually come back from that and then be up against it in game 5. You know, very few ways to win the game, and to still pull it out is incredible. And, you know, people counted them out completely in this series, myself included. You know, I thought it was going to be CLG for sure, and now, you know, who knows? Sky's the limit for FlyQuest. They're going
2 more matches left.
As soon as they get 1 reverse sweep,
2 more until they're gods.
They all become way easier after that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like the gauntlet.
We talked a lot about that trio again, High, Lemon, and Balls, but credit to the younger players on this team as well. Moon and Optic. I mean, Optic's been around for a while, but 2 19-year-olds. Moon, one of his worst performances last season, now coming in looking so good. And Optic, a player that a lot of people have questions about, especially when you're playing someone like Stixer, who is so good. They had 2 great games in the back half of this year.
Yeah, you have to say, this year, this spring split just has been such a revival for Moon as a player. And just came back in a very big way.
Deathless in his last game, pivotal in both the Rengar wins. He was massive this series.
Certainly looking great, but to hear more about that series, we're going to head stateside where Jat has the interview with a couple members of the victorious FlyQuest.
Hey, thanks, Pastry Time. The High Moon combo, congratulations on the reverse sweep. Hi, I want to start quickly with you. You've been through a few reverse sweeps before. How does it feel to do it again? Is this one different than the previous ones in the Gauntlet a few years back?
Well, I didn't really see it coming, but, you know, the Riot wrote the script, so we just had to follow along. It kind of sucked to start 0-2, but, you know, you guys told me we'd take the next 3 games, so I was fine with it.
Yeah, and Moon, also playoff series victory for you coming back from 0-2. How does it feel to make it into the semifinals?
Man, after we were down 0-2, I just got like flashbacks to NRG where we got shit on 0-3. So I was like, man, we really got to pick it up because I did not want to have that happen again. Like, I really want to go to playoffs and try to prove myself as a player.
All right, so I have to ask from your perspective, what happened? You were down 0-2 and then you came back in game 3 and just progressed throughout the series into what was a really close game 5 as well. How did you stick through it in this long, grueling series?
Well, for me, I felt like the first 2 games we just had like, I feel like it was a lot of draft problems. Like, we didn't have any playmaking, so I felt like, and they had Rengar. They had a lot of playmaking, and we didn't have very much at all. So I felt like I was kind of stuck farming and like protecting people, and I think that's just not how we want to play as a team in general. Like, we want to be the team that's doing shit, and we want to be the team that's initiating stuff and making the first play. And because of draft, I think we couldn't do that.
All right, and Hi, you were also in this comeback as well. How did you identify what was going wrong and correct it for games 3, 4, and 5?
Well, the first step was to ban Aurelion Sol. Apparently that guy's really good at that champion. I didn't think he was that good. Apparently he's really good at that champion, so that wasn't that fun. And then as the games progressed, we just learned how to play the game better as far as like first that team. Like, we understood that we had to be initiating the fights against them, because when they start the fight, they're really good at that. But when we start the fight, we're a lot better at that than they are. So we switched things up and changed our game plan throughout the game. It just took 2 games to figure out what to do, so let's hope that doesn't happen against TSM.
Yeah, it's a process, and you guys do play TSM next. And I want to talk a little bit about playoffs because it's a bit of a new start to the season. And you guys started off the regular season so well and then struggled a lot in the middle of the split. How did you kind of prepare over these last 2 weeks to try and get back to that form you had early on in the season?
To prepare for the playoffs, we did what we did the entire split. We lost every scrim. We lost every single scrim. We came in strong. So we just got to keep losing, I think, and we'll win playoffs.
All right, and final question, how you guys do now match up against TSM, almost old rivals for you. How do you see that match playing out, and how do you prepare?
Well, I've never lost in playoffs except for to TSM, and that's 3